Okay, good evening, everyone. So, welcome back to the session. For the online, I think my voice is clear for all of you. Online, can you please confirm in chat box whether I'm audible or not? Okay, so I think the screen is clear for all of you, right? Everyone, fine. So let's recap what exactly we discussed in the last session. So then I can go for the new topic today. So in the last session, we have seen about the operating system, right? So let's quickly recap what exactly we have seen in the last session. Okay. So coming to the operating system, what is an operating system? It's a bridge between human and machine for which purpose? Communication purpose. Correct. So coming to type of OS, how many type of OS we do have? Two. What are those? Windows and Mac OS. But Linux, it's not an operating system. But what is a Linux here? It's a kernel. Kernel means it can be called as lowest level of operating system. So coming to the importance of Linux, so in our daily life, whatever the servers we are using, 90% of our servers are completely using Linux as their major operating system, and 85% of smartphones, that means complete Android, is using the Linux. And computers, coming to like a supercomputers, top 500 supercomputers. So this is using the Linux, as well as coming to electronic gadgets. It is also using the Linux as the platform. And coming to the application, that means where this is majorly equipped means in the VFX industry, as well as in the space stations, in cyber, as well as cricket, defense, stock market, like there are every, even if you go for oil and gas industry, okay, even if you go for the banking, so everywhere this Linux is equipped. Next, coming to the intro, so basically it's a kernel which comes in the year 1991. It is given with the Linux core worlds. Coming to type, it is free and open source. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of free and open source? First of all, free means source code must be free to use. That means we are not going to pay any single penny for it. And second one is going to be open source. What is the properties of open source? We need to see it, we need to modify, and we can distribute. But if I want to modify or if I want to distribute, I need to know the C programming language. Why Linux is using the C as a major programming language? Again, you are doing the same mistake. It's not oldest. At that time, the only programming language we have is C. Do you have Java or Python? No. So coming to the initial name, what is the initial name of Linux? Freaks. And coming to advantages, first one, free and open source. It's antivirus free as well as multi-user based. It works efficiently and we can install softwares and languages very easily. And it can be supporting with all kind of network. And coming to the first OS, what is the first OS in the world? GMNAIO. And coming to first computer, ENIAC. And coming to first server, it comes in the year 1991 and given by Tim Berners-Lee. Okay. So coming to architecture, the first component will be kernel. Kernel deals with the hardware. Daemon deals with the background services. Shell deals with the user input. Coming to the flavors here, tell me any few flavors you know in the Linux. Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS, OpenSUSE, Amazon Linux, Rocky Linux, Alma, Kali, Linux Mint, Linux Arc. But among all of them, which one is primarily used in the real-time organization? Ubuntu, right? After Ubuntu, CentOS. Correct. Fine. So in the last session, I have shown you some commands where we have run on our EC2 instance. Guys, the first thing I want to tell for all of you is you need to create the AWS account. Okay. To create the AWS account, you need to have the card. That can be credit card or that can be debit card. Okay. So we have Visa card, MasterCard, American Express, and RuPay. You can use any of the card. Tomorrow, if you bring your cards, I'm going to show you how to create the AWS account for all of you. Okay. And if you want to create your AWS account, you can go to our lab. We have mentors. They are going to help you to create the AWS account. Why? Because I'm telling the Linux commands now. If you want to practice them, definitely you need to have the Linux, right? Unfortunately, if you don't have Linux operating system, what you can do is I'm going to show you the alternate ways. If you go to Google, okay, just go to Google and type here Linux terminals online. If you type like this, you can go to a lot of terminals. For example, there is something called as tutorials point, right? Click on this. Whatever the commands I'm telling you, each command will work here. For example, what is the command to check the list of the files means ls. It is the basic command actually. You can check it. What is the, like here we have seen lot of commands in last class, right? For example, if I want to see the host name, what is the command? Host name. So what I'll be doing is I'll go here and give the command host name. So are you seeing the some export commands here? Basically, host name is not set like this. See what I'm trying to tell is if we have the AWS account, you can practice these Linux commands on the EC2 instance. But if you don't have, for as of now, for temporary purpose, go to Google and type Linux free terminals. You can type on the Google and you'll get lot of terminals you can practice. Even though if you don't want to practice on the terminals, there is a thing called Mobexterm. So it's a terminal where you can download to your laptop. If you have the laptop, you can download this and you can start practicing the commands. Let me show you. For example, here, what is the command to list the file means ls. Okay. So the moment if I type here ls, automatically this command will work. Let me maximize it for you. Give the ls. Is the command working or not, sir? For temporary purpose. Why? Because as of now, you are not having the AWS account. Na? For temporary purpose, choose any of the alternative. But tomorrow, I'm going to tell you how to create your AWS accounts. Fine. So here, I'm already having my AWS account. So I can log into my account and I'm going to show you how to create the server. Already, I think all of you are comfortable with creating the server, right? Fine. Sir, can anyone tell me how many steps you are having to create the server? 7 steps, right? So let's go and create. I'm going to ask the 7 steps. You tell me what is the step and why we need to use it. Okay. Click on launch instance. See, step number 1 will be names and tags. What is the purpose? To identify. I'm going to give the name of the server as Raham. Step number 2 will be AMI. Full form of AMI is going to be Amazon Mission Image. What do we have on AMI? Operating system, softwares, everything is already installed here. We can take this and we can use it. If we don't have AMI, can we communicate with our server? No, why? Because inside AMI we have OS. Without OS, we cannot able to communicate to the system. Next, instance type. Step number 3. What do we have on instance type here? CPU and RAM. How many CPUs we can get? And how much of RAM? 1 GB. So it is fine. Coming to the step number 4. What is step number 4? Key pair main purpose is to log in. So how many type of key pairs we have? 1. 2 types. What are those? Public key and private key. In private key, again, how many types we are having? 2 types. First one PEM, second one will be PBK. And one more thing, if you create one PEM file, you can daily reuse it. No need to create the key pair for every instance. One will be enough. Coming to the step number 5. What is my step number 5 here? Network settings. So here you are going to configure the VPC as well as security group. VPC is to provide the privacy, security and isolation for our server. And security group is to enable the traffic. What is the meaning of traffic here? Incoming request and outgoing response will be called as traffic. Already in security group, we have all traffic. This is also what we create in the last session. So I can reuse the same thing. Instead of creating the new one, reuse the same thing. Coming to the step number 6. What is my step number 6 here? Storage. By default, how much of storage we are having? But maximum, how much we can use? 16 terabytes. But in real time, we don't need to use terabytes. Why? Because 100 MB or 200 MB will be maximum enough. So terabyte means it's going to charge a lot actually. So click on launch instance. Now the moment if you go and see, my server is ready. But by default, whenever if you create a server, the first stage will be pending stage. Which stage? Are you seeing it is pending now? After pending, it is going to start. That means you are going to get the status as running. So maximum, it will take 30 to 40 seconds to come into the running state. Maximum. Okay, you can check. Currently it is on pending. Wait for some time. So what is the current state now? Running. So if I want to connect them, so by default, this option is not enabled. If I don't check on this one, this option will be disabled. So check on this box, click on connect. So in the first option, again, you can see one more option called connect. So you can click on this one. Guys, you can practice on the browser also. But the reason why I am showing terminal means in the browser, I cannot able to zoom in. So if I can't able to zoom in, you are not able to see it, right? Let me show you something here. So currently it is connected to the browser. Are we able to see it everything here? But if I type commands, you cannot able to see it, okay? That is the reason why I am showing on the terminal, okay? In the terminal, I can able to zoom in. Let me show you. So I am connected to my terminal here to work with the server. Now you can go and check. So currently, are you able to see each and every comment, whatever I'm typing or not, sir? So this zooming option will not be enabled for the browser. Even though if I try to zoom in, you will be getting some mismatch of the profile. Let me show you. For example, here I have the option to zoom in. So if I go and zoom in here, this is also a way to zoom in. Okay. But I prefer this terminal method to show you. So what is the shortcut to clear the screen? Control. The command will be clear, but alternative command will be control. Currently I'm on which user? EC2 user. It is a default user. I want to switch to root user. Which command I can use? Sudo -i. So currently I'm on which user? Root user. I want to see how many users logged into my system. What is the command I can use? WHO. Who or alternative command will be W. Both commands will show me the same output. So previously, which user logged into my system here? But currently I'm on which user now? Root. What is the command to check the IP address of a server? First one, IP space ADDR. Okay. Second one will be if config. Third one will be hostname hyphen I. So hostname hyphen I will give the plain IP address. So if you type if config or IP address, you need to search for the IP address. But this command will directly give the IP address. So I'll prefer hostname hyphen I command. And what is the command to check the host name? Host name. So by default, it is the host name. But if I want to set my name as my host name, what is the command we can use? Host name CTL set hyphen host name. And here I'm giving Naresh 80, for example. Okay. Here you can give your name also. Like whatever the name you want, you can give. For example, I'm giving Raham here. So just to give sudo hyphen. So currently you are into which host name here? No, sir. For example, if I want to go for Naresh IT again, host name CTL set hyphen host name Naresh IT. So again, if I want to log into my host name, sudo hyphen, are you seeing Naresh IT now? Like this. So these are the commands what exactly we have seen in the last session. Now in today's session, I'm going to start the file commands in the Linux. What I'm going to start? File commands. So tell me one thing, our course is DevOps, right? But why the reason I'm starting Linux first of all? Okay. So our course is DevOps only, right? Of course, it is DevOps with AWS. But why I'm starting everything from the Linux point? Why? Because if there is no Linux, you cannot work with the cloud server. Linux is mandatory for everyone. If you want to work on server, definitely need to know the Linux. Okay. So in the session, I'm going to cover about the file commands. So I think all of you know files, right? For example, in Windows, if you want to create a file, what you can do? You can go click on here. So click on new and you can directly create whatever the file you want, right? But in Linux, you cannot work like this. Why? Because the servers, what exactly you are going to use in the real time, will be having the Linux operating system already, you know. But coming to the mode, if you take any operating system, by default, we have two modes of working. How many modes? First one will be GUI, graphical user interface. Second one will be CLI, command line interface. So whenever, if you go to real-time organizations, whatever the servers you are using, there you are going to work on CLI mode only. Which mode? That means whatever work you want to do, you need to perform from commands only. You cannot directly go and you cannot click like this. There is no graphical user interface now. So definitely we are going to use the commands for it. So in order to create a file on my server, the command will be touch command. Which command? Touch and name of the file. Here I am giving file1. Touch is the command to create a file, whereas file1 is the name of my file. Hit enter. Now I created the file1. Similarly, if you want to create file2, what is the command? Touch file2. And similarly, if I want to create file3, again, what is the command? Touch file3. Correct. So the first command here for today's session is gonna be the touch command. So touch file1. This is the command to create a file. So again, what is the command to create a file? Touch. Okay, sir. Now you created the file, right? After that, for example, I want to see the list of the files I created. The command will be ls. Which command? Are you seeing file1, file2? ls is the command to show the list of the files in the Linux operating system. But there is one more file called, one more command called ll. Which command? Are you seeing file1, file2 now? File1, file2. If you give ls, you can see file1 and file2. For ll also, similarly, you can give file1 and file2. But if you observe the difference, what is the major difference here? ls command will be giving only name of the file. But if I go for ll, so it is gonna give the file name as well as the time of creation, as well as the ownership permission, as well as the total the file permissions also. So this is the difference. So to list the files, how many commands I'm having? 2, ls and ll. This is to list the files. But here the major important thing is, what is the full form of these commands? ls is short list, ll long list. That is the only difference. Again, ls is short list, ll is long list. So tell me, what is the command to create the file? Touch. What is the command to list the files? ls or ll. So is the first two commands clear for all of you now? Online, can you please confirm, are the first two commands clear for all of you or not? And one more thing, can anyone turn on the lights here? Because it's too dark. No, you can see the switchboard here. Okay, online, like try to be responsive till end of the session. Why? Because it's gonna be very, very important session for all of you to begin the DevOps. Okay. Yep. Fine. Okay, sir. Touch is the command to create the file and ls or ll is the command to list the file. But if I want to see the content of a file, so there is a command called cat command. Which command? If I use the command cat file1, it is to show the content of a file. Simply you can call to open the file. To open the file, or you can call it as to show the file. To show content. Simple. So, content of a file. So if you go and check here, I'm giving the command called cat file1. Currently, we just created a normal file, but have I inserted any content there? No. So you can get nothing here. Why? Because here I just create a file, But apart from creation, I haven't done anything. Why? Because till now, be done with file creation only. So content in the insertion will be having with some other command. So even though if I go for cat file 2, in the file 2, are you able to see any kind of content here? No. What is the command to see the content now? Cat. Okay, sir, you said the command to see the content of a file is gonna be cat, but there is some other command called more command. Which command? If I go and give the more file 1, so it is also going to do the same thing. Whatever the cat command is doing, same thing is gonna be done with the help of more command also. Fine. So it is alternative command, I can say. So instead of cat, which command we can use? More. It is to show content of a file. Is the AC on there? Okay. Fine. Sir, here now the main thing is, for example, if I want to create a file, the command is touch. To show the content, command is cat. But if I want to insert the content, how can I insert the content? Means there is a command called cat double greater than file 1. See, this is the symbol what we can call as appending. Append symbol. Which symbol? What is the meaning of append? Adding. So if we hit like this, enter, I'm gonna give the content call, hi all, my name is Raham. So you wrote some content. After writing the content, hit enter and give control D. That's it. Now in your file called file 1, this content is added. How I have done means with the help of the command call cat append file 1. So whatever the content I want to insert, I insert the content, and after that to save it, I hit enter control D. Now if I go and give the command cat file 1, are you seeing the content or not, sir? How I have done it? By using the append symbol. Which symbol? Sir, second time also I want to add the content. Again same command cat append, and in which file I want to add the content? File 1. So now I am writing thanks for joining the session. And again, if I want to save it, first of all, enter, and you need to give control D. So now again you open the file, you insert the content, and you come out of the file. So if I go and give the command called cat file 1, are you seeing the second line now? Similarly, in the same way, if I want to add the content one more time, again, what is the command I can use? Cat append symbol file 1. So I'm writing here last line, enjoy the session. So hit enter and give control D. So now if I give cat file 1 again, are you seeing the third line or not, sir? So this is the way how exactly we can insert the content. So how to insert the content? Cat double greater than file 1. It is to insert the content to a file. So again, I'm explaining the first 5 comments for all of you. What is the command to create a file? Touch. What is the command to list the files? LSR, LL. What is the command to create a, to show the content of a file? Cat. Alternative command will be more. But if I want to add the content, what is the command? Cat double greater than and name of the file. So are the first 5 comments clear for all of you now? Online, can you please confirm are the first 5 comments clear for all of you or not? You can ping me on comment section online. Okay. And once you finish the adding content, if you want to save, give enter, control D. First of all, you need to press enter, then control D. This is to save the content of a file. That's it. Okay, sir, fine. Now you have created the files. So I'm giving the list of files. How many files I'm having? 2 files, right? If you see for the file 1 and file 2 is having the number 0. and file 1 is having the number. This number indicates number of characters. That means in the file number 1, you are having 74 words or letters. So this 74 is indicating number of words or number of letters? Number of letters, correct. So if I go and see cat file 1, okay, if you count, so 3 as well as 3, 6 as well as 2, like, so if we combine all of them, you are going to get 74. And in these 74, these spaces are also going to be included. For each and every word, you are having the space, right? That space is also going to be counted. Fine. Okay, sir, you created the files now. Next, for example, I have a content on file 1. Where I have the content? File 1. I want to copy the content from file 1 to file 3. So what is the command? cp file 1. But where I want to copy the content to file 3. That means we need to create file 3 or not, sir? Not required. Directly give file 3. If you want to copy the content from file 1 to file 3, even though if your file 3 is not there, it is going to create automatically. Previously, I ran the command ll. How many files you are able to see here? 2. But if I hit enter and if I give ll, how many files you are able to see now? So you can see in file 1 you are having 74 letters, and in file 3 also you are having same thing or not, sir? That means automatically the content is copied. But if you want to compare, give the command cat file 1. So this is what exactly we are having on the file 1. So again I'm giving cat file 3. Are you seeing same content or not, sir? How many lines you are having here? 3. Here also you are having 3. So again, I want to copy the content from file 3 to file 4. Now can you tell me the command? cp, I am copying the content from file 3 to. So do I have file 4 here? No, but even though automatically it is going to copy or not, sir? Hit enter and give ll. Again for file number 4 also, how many number of characters you are having? That means automatically content is copied or not, sir? But I want to verify. I don't believe the words here. I want to verify. How can I verify? By using cat command. Cat file 4. Are you seeing the content here now? And again, what is the alternative command for the cat? More. Just go with more command. More file, 4. So this same command, this different command called more is giving the same output as cat or not, sir? Whatever cat command is doing, same work is going to be done by the more command. Okay, like that. So command to copy the content is cp file 1 to file 3. This is to copy content from file 1 to file 3. Next command is gonna be move command. Which command? So move command shortcut is nothing but MB. What is the purpose of move command? Is see, move will have two different working things. Move is to, that means MB command is to move the file from one folder to another folder. As well as this same command can be used to rename the file also. So currently I'm gonna tell you how to rename the file. Later I will show you how to move the file from one folder to another folder. So currently if we go in, see the screen here. I'm going to clear the screen by using Control L, hit and LL. How many number of files you are having there? 4 files, right? Fine. So if I go in, see the file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. I want to rename a file called file 1 to the name called Raham. So how I can rename means use the command mv. Which file I want to rename? File 1. With which name? Raham. Currently you are having file 1, but if I hit the enter button, automatically you cannot see file 1. Are you seeing file 1 here? You are seeing the Raham file. Now my question is, sir, after renaming the file 1 to name Raham, is the content also going to be copied or not, sir? You can check it, right? How many number of characters? That means the same content is copied to new file or not, sir? Similarly, I want to rename the file from Raham to file 1 again. So which command I can use now? Tell me the proper command. MV Raham to file 1. If I hit LL, are you seeing file 1 now? Similarly, this file 1 I want to rename as abc.txt. So how to rename? MV file 1 I am renaming to abc.txt. Are you seeing abc.txt now? Again, same data copied or not, sir? Like that. So here I am giving the command call MV file 1 to Raham. So this is the command to rename file 1 to Raham. So copy command is to copy the content from one file to another file, but MV command is to rename the file. Of course, you can change the name of the file, but even though if you change the name of the file, content will remain same. Now the next command will be RM command. Which command? The name itself is indicating. RM means what? Remove. So for example, if I want to remove any file, so what I can do is I can give the command called RM. So I am giving RM. Which file I want to remove? I want to remove abc.txt. If I hit enter, it is going to ask me the permission. Put Y. Y means here, it is asking that you want to remove regular file abc.txt. Yes, I want to remove. So put Y here. Hit enter. Give LL. Is the abc.txt removing or not, sir? Second one is gonna be, again I want to remove the file called file2. Now you tell me the command how to remove the file2. RM file2. So you need to press here Y. So hit enter. Are you seeing the file2 got removed or not, sir? Sir, this time I want to remove file3. What is the command? RM file3. But what is my requirement, you know? I want to remove file3 without giving the permission here. So I can put something called as -F. -F stand for forcefully. In the first abc.txt file, in second file2, I haven't given -F. That is the reason it is asking me permission to remove. But the moment if I put -F, it is not going to ask me the permission and it is going to remove the file directly. Hit enter and give LL. How to seeing file3 gone? Is it asking permission? No? No. Again, I want to remove file4 also. So which command I can use? RM file4. And if I don't want to give permission, -F. Hit enter. Are you seeing any file there now? So this is the command to remove the file. So RM and give the name of the file. It can be any file. So file1. This is to remove a file. If I want to remove forcefully, RM file1 -F. To remove a file forcefully. And one more thing here to understand is, guys, here I am taking file1 as example. You can put whatever the name you want. But for reference, I am just giving file1. That's it. Sorry. You can delete. There is a concept called editors. In the editors, I can show you how to remove the content of a file. You can have the file, but content will be removed. Okay. Same thing we can do with the help of sed command also, which you are going to learn in upcoming days. So now here, let's recap all these commands one more time. See, from the starting, I'm explaining each and every command one more time for you. So listen here, guys, very carefully. What is the command to create a file? Touch. What is the command to list the files? LS or LL. What is the command to show content of a file? Cat. What is the alternative command? More. How do you insert the content in a file? Cat double greater than name of the file. And if I want to save, enter Control D. How to copy content from file1 to file2? CP file1 file2. And how to rename a file? MV file1 to any of the file. And how to remove a file? RM. And if I want to remove forcefully, RM file1 and -F. -F stand for forcefully. So are these first 10 comments clear for all of you now? Everybody. Now you can take a picture of this one. Instead of writing the notes, take a picture. So online, can you please confirm, are the first 10 comments clear for all of you or not? Online guys, is it clear for you? Okay, proper, fine. So it's clear for all of you. That's great. And one more thing, guys. So I'm explaining the concept here. Please try to avoid writing the notes. Why? Because in the middle, I'll give some time for you. Take a picture of this, and later you can go and write the notes. But anyways, these notes will be on Google Classroom. You can go and you can check on the Google Classroom. Fine. Okay, sir. Now you are showing us how to create the file and how to delete the file. So Ashwini, your course curriculum will be shared to your email. So please check your email, whatever you have given to registration of this course. Okay, you will be getting to the email. Of course, we can use -L also like Durga. I'll be explaining this later. So next command is, sir, for example, you removed one file. For example, I want to remove 100 files. How can I remove? Can I give RM file 1, RM file 2, RM file 3? Can I give like this? No. So if I want to remove multiple files together at a time, I can use the command RM, but I can use star. What I can use? So in Linux, star will indicate all. What is star going to indicate? All. So if I go and see here, my major requirement is I want to delete 100 files. But for that purpose, first of all, I need to create 100 files or not, sir? So how can I create 100 files? Touch file 1, file 2, file 3. Can I create like this? Of course, I can create, but it is going to take a lot of time. So instead of doing this, give touch file 1.100. This indicates create the files from file 1 to 100. No, sir, I want to create file 1 to file 20. So just put 1.20. No, sir, I want to create file 50. So put 1.50. Whatever you put on the curly braces, that many files are going to create. If I hit enter and if I give LL, are you seeing 50 files or not, sir? And even though you can give LS, you can be seeing the 50 files. So now how to remove all of these files at a time means the command to remove is RM only. But already I said, if you want to delete everything, we need to put here. So star in Linux is going to indicate all. And again, I want to remove them forcefully. What I need to add here? -F. Are you seeing any single file now? All the files has been removed or not, sir? Like that. So this is the command. So I'm using it here. RM star -F. This is to remove all files. But if I want to create multiple files at a time, how I can create? Touch file 1.100. This is to create file 1 to file 100. Sir, similarly, I want to create the Java files, Java 1 to Java 100. I want to create the files from Java 1 to Java 100. Now tell me, how can I create these files? Touch is the primary command. Okay, next. Java, open brace, 1.100. So now automatically we'll be getting Java 1 to Java 100. Are you seeing the Java 100 files or not, sir? And again, I want to remove all of them. How can I remove? RM star -F. Now, if I go and see LL, are you seeing any single file? No. So this is the way how exactly you are going to remove the files. But now you will be getting a file. For example, sir, I have 10 Java files. I have 10 Python files. I want to remove only Java files. How can you remove? You might get this doubt. Okay. So now if I want to remove only some specific pattern files, how I can do means, let me show you. First of all, create Java files. Java 1.10. Later create Python files. Touch Python 1.10. Are you seeing 10 Java and 10 Python files here? Now, what is my requirement here? I want to remove only Java files. I want Python files, but I don't want Java files. So what I can give is touch Java star. What is the meaning of Java star? You know, every file that start with Java, remove them. Java 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And to remove them forcefully, put -F. Wait. Sorry. Here I have given touch, right? Wait. I need to give RM command. Sorry. So now it is going to remove all the files that is going to start with Java. So if I hit enter LL, are you seeing Java files gone or not, sir? You can see only Python files. So in this way, you can remove the specific pattern file also like that. So is the RM command clear for all of you know? Fine. So next command will be WC command. So this is going to be very important command for you. So let me remove all the files now. RM star hyphen F. So I'll go and create a file called touch file one. See, as of now, I don't have any kind of file. What is my primary requirement is I want to create a file called file one and I want to insert the content on file one. How can I do it? First of all, what I want to do here, touch file one. Later, cat append file one. What I'm doing is here, cat append file one. Tell me one thing. Is it a valid command? Yes or no? But my question is, you don't have any file one. Na? How can you append the content in file one without having? Correct. So even though if you don't have file one here, automatically this command will create the file one. That means instead of creating file separately and inserting the content separately, use this shortcut command. Hit enter. I am writing here. Hi all. My name is Raham. Of course, there is a spelling mistake here. So guys, the major disadvantage here of using cat command is you cannot edit the content. For that purpose, we are going to use editors in the upcoming session. But as of now, the disadvantage of cat command is going to be you can insert the content, but is it able to edit the content? No. So for that purpose, we are going to use what we are going to use? Editors. What we are going to use, sir? Editors. But let me try to insert the content here. Cat file one. Here I'm writing, hi all. My name is Raham. Control D. Now if I give the command cat file one, you are seeing some data, some random kind of data. I want to see number of lines, number of words and number of characters. How can I see? There is a command called WC and give file one. So now this is going to indicate. So first one will be indicating number of lines. Second one will be indicating number of words. Third one will be indicating number of letters. So let me remove this and let me show you one more time. RM file one hyphen F. So again, cat took double greater than file one. I am creating. I am writing just only hi all. My name is Ram. Of course, there is spelling mistake here. Fine. Thanks for joining. Hit enter. Now, if we give WC file one, first it is going to indicate number of lines. How many lines are there here? 3. Second, it is going to indicate number of words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect or not, sir? Last one is going to indicate number of characters. That means, so here number of letters. Hi will be 3 and all will be 3. But apart from that, here you are going to count the space. It is a space 1. It is a space number 2. So like this, it is going to show me the number of characters, number of words and number of lines of a file. So the command will be WC command. Which command? Full form of WC is going to be word count. Which one? Word count. To show the lines, words and characters of a file. Is it clear for you now? Again, what is the command to show the lines, words and characters? WC. Fine. So here I ask you a question now. Sir, what is the command to show the content of a file? Cat. So now my question is, you are seeing the number of lines here. How many number of lines? You can tell it 3. Why? Because it is very small file. But imagine you are having a file with almost all thousands of lines. If I open the file, can you able to tell me the number? Now what is my requirement is, if I open the file, I want to print the number of lines. See, here you are seeing the lines only, but before the line, I want to print my line number. So how I can do it means same command. So cat hyphen n. Are you seeing the line numbers here? So if you want to print the line numbers in a file, so you can use the command called cat hyphen n. So it is going to print the number of lines in a file. This is to print the line numbers. To print the line numbers. Is it clear for you now? Okay. So this will be the file comments. And apart from this, we are going to learn the head and tail comments. So let me tell you what is the head and tail comments. Guys, by default, whenever if you open any file, is it going to print the complete file or it is going to print only half portion of the file? Complete file. But whenever I open a file, I want to print only half portion of the file or only a particular portion of the file. Okay. So how this can be done means there is a command called head and tail comments. Which comments? By using that, we can do it. Let me do it. So as of now, I'm just trying to delete the file called file1 and I'll recreate later. See, give the command cat double greater than file1. So here I'm just printing the number of lines only. I'm not doing anything. I'm just giving the number of lines. So 1, 2, 3. Just I saved the file. Now if I go and see cat file1. So here I am just printing the number of lines. Why? Because to show you the clarity. How many number of lines in this file now? 50. Yeah. 20, right? So number of lines will be 20 only. So now what is my requirement is if I give the cat command, it is going to print the number of lines, complete number of file. But what is my requirement is I want to print top 10 lines of a file. What I want to print? Top 10 lines. So in this case, I'm going to use the command called head command. Which command? Head file1. By default, head command will print top 10 lines of any file. So are you seeing top 10 lines or not, sir? Like that. No, sir, I want to print the top 5 lines. So what you can do is head hyphen 5 file1. That means it is going to print top 5 lines of a file only. No, sir, I want to print top 12 lines of a file. What is the command? Head hyphen 12 file1. Are you seeing top 12 lines now? So this is the purpose of using the head command. So by default, it is going to print top 10 lines only. But if you want to print a top 5 or top 10, so you can mention hyphen n. So to print top 10 lines of a file. No, sir, if I want to print the top 5 lines, what I can give? Head hyphen 5. It is to print top 5 lines of a file. No, sir, if I want to print top 12 lines of a file. So head hyphen 12. This is to print the top 12 lines of a file. Yep, please. You can sit here. So is the head command clear for all of you now? Tell me by default how many number of lines it is going to print? By default. But if you want to print top 5 lines only, head hyphen. No, sir, I want to print top 12 lines. Head hyphen. No, sir, I want to print the top 16 lines. Tell me. Head hyphen 16. So head hyphen 16 and give name of the. Are you printing top 16 lines or not, sir? Sir, in the same manner, for example, I want to print bottom 10 lines. Of course, for top 10 lines, we use the head command. Bottom means which command we need to use? Tail. So I can give tail file1. By default, it is going to print bottom 10 lines. Is it printing bottom 10 lines or not, sir? Sir, if I want to print bottom 5 lines, so tail hyphen 5. So if we want to use previous command, see, I want to retype the previous command. So use up arrow. If you use up arrow, your previous command will come. If you press one more time, second previous command will come. If you press one more time, third previous command will come. Okay. So head hyphen 5. Sorry, tail hyphen 5. Are you seeing the bottom 5 lines or not, sir? Similarly, I want to print bottom 12 lines. Command is tail 12 file 1. Are you seeing bottom 12 lines or not, sir? So in this way, for top lines, we need to use head command. But for bottom lines, we need to use tail command. So let me add them here. So instead of head, just put tail here. I'm going to replace head as tail. So instead of top, I need to replace here bottom. So now tell me, head is to print which lines? Top lines. But tail is to print the bottom lines. Now you will get a question. Sir, you are showing us how to print the top lines and bottom lines. But if I want to print middle lines, that is your doubt, I know. Okay. So if I want to print the middle lines, how can I print? Middle. By default, we don't have that much of that command in the Linux. If you want me to show, let me go and try the command called middle. What is happening here? So it is telling that this command is not found. That means in Linux, we don't have any such type of command. But if you want to create that command, you can create. Really, man, if you want to create, you can create. Why? Because Linux is free and open source. You can modify, right? You can create a new command. But for that purpose, we need to learn the SAP. If we know the C programming language, we might crack the interview on our on campus only. Correct or not, sir? So by default, we don't have such command called middle in the Linux operating system. See, whenever if you see command not found, that means there is no such command in the operating system. Okay. But if I want to print the middle lines of a file, there is a command called sed command. Which command? Let me show you how to do it. For example, I want to print from file, like line number 5 to line number 15. Okay. How I can print means sed hyphen n. N stands for number of lines. I want to print from line number 5 to line number 15. Here P stands for print. So print the line number 5 to line number 15. In which file I want to print? Are you seeing line number 5 to 15 now? So this we can do with the help of sed command. Which command? Of course, it is a separate topic in the Linux class. I am going to explain separately. But as of now, to clarify your doubt, I am just giving a glimpse. Again, I want to print from line number 7 to 14. How can I print now? Sed hyphen n means number of lines. I want to print from line number 7 to 14. Here P stands for print, sir. P stands for what? Print. And in which file I want to print? Are you seeing from 7 to 14 now? So this is the way how exactly we are going to print the middle range lines by using the sed command. Which command? To print from line number 7 to 14 lines. Okay. So similarly for 5 to 15 also just replace these words. If I use sed hyphen I 5 comma 15. This is to print the line number 5 to 15. Is it clear for all of you now? Again, one more time. Head command is to print the top lines. Tail command is to print the bottom lines. If I want to print the middle range of lines, I need to use the command called sed command. Is it clear for all of you now? Yes. So let's recap all these commands, whatever we have discussed till now. Okay. So first of all, I start with the file commands today. So in file command, what is the command number 1? Touch. It is to create a file. So what is the command to list the files? ls or ll. What is the command to show content of a file? Cat. And alternative command will be more. What is the command to insert the content in a file? Cat double greater than. You can call this append symbol. If I want to save the content, enter, and we need to use control D. How to copy a content from file 1 to file 3? CP. What is the command to rename a file? MV. How to remove a file in the Linux operating system? RM. If I want to remove forcefully, RM name of the file and hyphen F. Sir, how to create multiple pattern files in the Linux? Touch file 1.100 in the curly brace. It is gonna create file 1 to file 100. Sir, how to remove all the files in a specific directory? rm star hyphen F. How to find out the number of lines, words, and characters in a file? WC. And how to print the number of lines in a file? Cat hyphen N. Sir, which command will print top lines of a file? Head. If I want to print top 5 lines, head hyphen 5. No, sir, top 12 lines. Head hyphen 12. How to print bottom 10 lines of a file? Tail. Bottom 5 lines, tail hyphen 5. And bottom 12 lines, tail hyphen 12. And how to print the middle range of files here? Set hyphen N. So starting line to ending line, just give P. P stand for printing and give name of the file. So these are the comments what we have discussed till now. So now before I go for some upcoming comments, are these comments clear for all of you? Everybody. Online, can you please confirm, are the comments clear for all of you till now? Can you confirm in chat box once? Okay, it was clear, fine. Okay, sir, next year, my requirement is, till now we have spoken about files, but have I shown you how to create a folder? Where you are going to store the files? In the folder, okay? You know how to create the file, how to insert the content, how to copy, how to move, everything you know. But if I want to do this on a folder, I need to create a folder, okay? Now coming to the folder commands here, if I want to create a folder, the command will be mkdir. Remember, in the Linux operating system, a folder can also be called as directory. What do we call as? So don't confuse, even if I called as directory or even if I called as folder, both will be same only. What is the command to create directory? mkdir. And the name of the directory means, here I am giving folder 1. What I am giving? Or you can put anything. Here I am putting dir1. That means directory 1. If I hit enter, are you seeing folder got created? So in interview, they will ask you a question. What is the difference between file and a folder? So file will start with hyphen, but folder will start with. If we are seeing D, that is gonna be indicate it is a folder. It's not a file. And file color will be on white, but folder will come with the blue color. Okay. Of course, there are a lot of differences, but I'm just giving a glimpse of it. Tell me, what is the command to create the folder? mkdir, and you can give the folder name. mkdir, I'm giving dir1. It's my folder name. It is to create a folder. Sir, similarly, if I want to go inside the folder, the command will be cd. cd stands for change directory. Currently, I'm on root C. If you want to check you are on which folder, give command pwd. pwd will be having two meanings. Meaning number 1 will be present working directory, and meaning number 2 will be print working directory. You can call anyways. Okay. So pwd command will indicate your current working directory. Currently, I'm on which folder? Root. By default, whenever if you log into the EC2 instance, and if you come to root user, you will be going to root folder only by default. So pwd is the command to print the working directory. pwd is to print working directory. Fine. Sir, if I want to go inside this folder, command will be cd, name of the folder. Name of the folder will be dir1. So now if I give pwd, currently I'm on which folder? Inside the root, I have the folder called dir1. Inside dir1, currently I'm working. So like this. So if you want to go inside the folder, the command will be cd dir1. This is to switch to directory 1. Okay. Is it disturbing there? Yeah, I know that one. Like I'm asking, is it like having any disturbance? Comfortable? Fine. Because sometimes that windows are going to open automatically. Okay. Fine. Sir, now currently we're on which folder? dir1. But dir1 is inside the root. Sir, I want to come one folder back. So give the command cd dot dot. Cd dot dot will bring you one directory back. So if I hit enter and give pwd, currently I'm on which folder now? That means I came one folder back or not, sir? Like this. So give cd dot dot. This is to switch one folder back. Again, guys, one more time. What is the command to see my current working directory? pwd. And what is the command to create the folder? mkdir. And what is the command to switch to directory? cd. If I want to come one folder back, cd dot dot. Okay, that's it. So by this we can conclude. So these are the basic files, basic file commands, what exactly we are going to use on real time. Whatever the commands I said you, so these commands definitely we are going to use on the real time in the daily life activities. Okay. So guys, here the thing I want to conclude is already we discussed. So in our 1.5 hour session, okay, first to 70 minutes will be the class only. Last 20 minutes will be doubt. So already we are having first to 70 minutes of class will be done. So now I'm going for the doubts and queries part. And one more thing, if we are having the class of 1.5 hour, if I rightly say the 1.5 hour session, it will be very difficult for you to grasp the concept. That is the reason daily I'll be taking the class into limited part of 70 minutes. Why? Because I can take 1.5 hour session. But if I continuously take the 1.5 hour session as a beginner, it is going to be very, very difficult for all of you to catch the concept. So from day 1 to day n of our course, same pattern is going to follow. 70 minutes will be class and 20 minutes will be doubts and queries. You can ask me, sir, why 20 minutes for doubts and queries? I'll ask you a question. All of you are coming to offline, right? You have the chance to go to online class also. But why you are choosing offline? For interaction. If I don't give the proper time to interact, what is the purpose of coming to here? So listen, whatever the sessions we are going to have, these will be interactive sessions. For every 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be taking input from you, whether you are able to catch up or not. Okay. So slowly we are going to start from the Linux basics. Once Linux basics is done, I'm going to start the DevOps itself. Now, before I go for doubts and queries part, my first question for all of you is, I think it is first class for Linux, right? Previously, don't know about Linux, but this is the first time you are seeing the Linux comments. How's the class for all of you today? Is it clear for all of you? Comments are very easy to grasp or not? Online, can you please confirm how's the class for all of you today? Can you please confirm in chat box? Okay. So it was clear for all of you. That was great to hear. So guys, now we can go for doubts and queries part. But before going for doubts and queries part, just allow me to explain about the course one more time. So guys, our course is DevOps with AWS. I think all of you know about our course details, but I just want to show one more time for you. So how many of you like new for today's class here? Can you raise your hands? Day 1. Okay. You guys, please meet me after session, okay? So guys, I'm going to explain about our course here. So our course is not DevOps, it is DevOps with AWS. Here I'm going to cover AWS topics also. Okay. So in this course, Linux will be completely free of cost for you. So for 35 days, you are going to have the separate Linux classes, which is going to be completely free for you. So duration of the DevOps will be like 2.5 months. Okay. And class timing will be 4:30 to 6 p.m. And coming to the labs point, so lab will start from morning 8 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. You can go to lab at any time. Okay. And even for the online guys, we are going to provide one Zoom link for you online. So whenever if you're practicing on your home, if you are getting any doubts or any queries, you can join on the Zoom link and you can discuss your doubts and queries with our mentors. Coming to offline people also, we are having a lot of mentors. They are going to help you in your doubts and queries part. And coming to the fees of our course, fees will be 10,000 for our course. You can pay it on 2 installments. One will be after listening to the first 5 demos. Second one will be after 1 month of our course. And along with these classes, if you want to get the recording videos, for recording video, we are having separate amount that is going to be 6,000 rupees. So this is the overall overview about our course. So now here, the major thing that you are going to think about is jobs, right? How many of your freshers here? Raise your hands just once. So I can see 90% of people are going to be fresher here, right? And with this course, you are not going to get the basic level of knowledge. Whatever the course that I'm going to provide with this course, you can put easily 3 years of experience. How much? And in the last day, I have shown you one of my student got placed with the package of how much? As a fresher or experience? Fresher, right? But do you today I got one more message from one of my previous student. Today he placed it on one of the company and his package is 5.5 lakhs. This happened today only. Last day I shown you one like just live example, right? So some the why because see, Okay, so I think all in you are able to hear me now. Fine. So sorry for the inconvenience. Here we have the internet issue here. Just now it got resolved. So as I said here, like what is the package you got guys as a fresher? 5.5. And he's haven't like he haven't gone with experience only. Okay. He gone as a fresher and his joining is 10th of this June. Okay. So like this, whatever the knowledge that I have shared for him, same amount of knowledge as well as like more than their batch. I have increased a lot of content for your batch also. Okay. So coming to the job wise, you are not going to worry about the jobs. We will take care of it. But I will recommend everyone to come to the classes, everyone to listen to the classes, and everyone to go to the labs. If you come to the class and if you go to the lab directly, the getting the job is going to be very, very easy for you. And for your like a lot of you people might be having the interview fear, right? Lot of you people. So to overcome that one, we are going to conduct the mock interviews for you. What we are going to conduct? Mock interviews. So every week, every Saturday, we'll be conducting mock interviews. For example, in a week, if I complete a tool in DevOps, you are going to have one mock interview. So next week, you are going to have one mock interview. Like this, end of this course, by the end of this course, we'll be attending at least 10 mocks, not one or two. How many? So it depends upon your choice, like how many mocks you want to attend. You can attend one mock, you can attend two, you can attend three, like it's completely up to you. So these many flexibilities we are providing for all of you. It is free again for both online and offline. So coming to resume building, career guidance, everything will be taking. Now coming to the experienced people, those people like who want to go with experience, don't worry, I am gonna guide you how to put experience. So for a fresher, I can show the live example like how they are placing and how much of package that they are getting. But the people who have gone with experience, I cannot share the proofs. But trust me, lot of my students who has 4 years of year gap after taking this course, they got the package of 16 lakhs. How much? I cannot show it publicly. Why? Because it's gonna be risk for them. So 16 lakhs, 15, 14, and one guy recently got 13 lakhs of package with the 3 years of experience only for 3 years. So coming to the knowledge wise, you need not to worry about the subject knowledge. I'll provide it. Okay. So that's it for you. So now it's time for our doubts and queries, guys. So online, if you are having any doubts or any queries, you can raise your hand, and offline. So if you are having any queries over today's session, you can ask your doubts and queries. Any queries from your end, offline? Nothing, eh? Difference of Azure and AWS. So I'll ask you a single question. What is the difference between Swiggy and Zomato? Well, same. But the interface of Swiggy and Zomato is going to be different, right? If you order the food on Swiggy or if you order the food on Zomato, both will deliver the same food. But whatever the features they are providing, that is going to differ. Here also in AWS and Azure, same amount of features you are going to get. But coming to the cost as well as the number of rapid features, we are going to have some difference. Apart from that, that cloud will host the application and this cloud is also going to host the application. Okay. Fine. So coming to online here. So online, like I'm going to post the course details for you. So you can check here. So I'm going to give it for you. Give me a second. So here I'm going to give you the previous session recording. So guys, whoever missed the previous session of my DevOps classes, you don't need to worry. So again, whatever the content that I have delivered till now, so these will be again going to recap. So I'm going to provide the recording links as well as I'm going to provide live class for you. So if the people who miss the previous sessions, but among them, everything we have discussed is mostly theoretical part. Till now, we have done with only one practical session, that how to create the server. But don't worry, till the end of the course, we are going to create the same server daily. So if you miss the previous class also, so tomorrow I'll create the server, day after tomorrow also I'm going to create the server. So you'll be able to cope up. Fine. So like, I'm not sure about your name, like PNR, you are going to get the syllabus copy to your mail. So please check your email. So for that email, I'm going to send the syllabus copy for you. And like Pratik, how to download Mobaxterm. Don't worry, in our class, I'm going to show you how to download the terminals like Mobaxterm, Putty, and Puttygen. Okay. As of now, we have just launched our EC2 instance. And one more thing is, before coming to tomorrow's session, I will recommend you to bring your cards. That can be credit card or that can be debit card. Why? Because without AWS account, you cannot practice DevOps. Okay. So to create the servers, definitely we need to have the AWS account. So, and the supported cards are MasterCard, RuPay, Visa, and American Express. And one more thing, before taking your class, before taking your cards, make sure that your cards need to have the international transaction enabled. If you don't have international transaction enabled, so it's going to be difficult. And whatever the details you are going to provide for the card, for example, if it is your card, you need to give your details only. If it is your father card, you need to provide the details only. So in tomorrow's session, I'm going to show you how to create the AWS account for all of you. So again, coming to the queries, sir, what are the projects we are going to cover? And I think all of you know. So how many projects we are going to cover in this course? Guys, we are not going with one or two projects. I'm going to tell you 5 real-time projects. 2 of them are monolithic projects, 2 of them are microservice project, and 1 is going to be the infrastructure project. And what is the advantage of this course means, if you learn this course end to end, you can put the experience of 3 years. Already I said this one. The people who want to transit their career from one field to another field, and the people who is going to have the year gap, don't worry, I'll take care of your resume preparation, guidance, as well as your knowledge part. Fine. Sir, if laptop is not there, can I manage in mobile for practice? No, it's not possible. There definitely need to have the laptop. Okay. Yeah, someone is asking. No queries, eh? Okay. So online, one of the student raised the hand. So Unisha, you can speak now. Cherukuri Unisha. And online, if you want to speak with me, you can raise your hand. I'm gonna give unmute option for you. You can speak. I think Unisha, like I'm not able to hear you if you are speaking. And one more thing is like, how many of you got the syllabus copy till now? Offline. Raise your hands. How many of you have the syllabus copy? Okay. So if you don't have syllabus copy offline, so please go to the ground floor. You can find the admin called Beam. So please ask him. He's gonna share the syllabus copy for all of you. Why? Because in the syllabus copy, I mentioned total number of tools we are going to learn and how many days is the duration. And in day 1, what I'm going to teach you, day 2, what I'm going to teach you, I have given the proper index format of our course. So please take the syllabus copy for your reference. So Asha, I said, so syllabus copy for you is going to be shared to your email. Okay. So after the session end, so please check your email. You are going to get syllabus copy by tomorrow morning. Hope it is clear for you, Asha. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. And in tomorrow's session, I'm going to start the concept of Linux editors. Okay, so let's meet on tomorrow's session with some new topic. Have a great day. Bye all. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.